to
No,
happen.
I feel like Arlet Rome is great because if you really want to make sure that you win by what, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, because the tempo they can give you because of the extra damage is amazing. But the moment you don't win the early, the moment you don't win mid,
Make it or break it.
then the Arlet is like, well, I'll sweep them.
I guess.
But now we're jumping into the draft here. Falcons APBren is going to be blue side. TLPH is going to be on the red side. The bans here. Falcon APBren not wanting to see the Boxia as well as the Valentina. TLPH says no to the chip as well as the Ling.
Okay, there should be a Luyi ban here for TLPH afterwards. Unless they do want to secure the Roger, which I think FCAP will just pick up first anyways. So maybe, actually, this could be them letting go of the Luyi. Interesting for TLPH. FCAP, their bans will be Valentina, Baksha. I forgot what they banned. Well, they did have to ban the chip, so that's probably why. Oh, they themselves banned the chip. Okay, so definitely this is a race for Harith and Roger. So what if TLPH, maybe they just open both and ban Terizla, maybe?
Yeah. I think they have to make a decision here, whether it be the Terizla or the Roger, but based on the performances, the fact that they want to play for Benny in the weak side more means that the Terizla has a bit more prio. They can play for Benny in the weak side, play for Sanford to get the winning matchup by banning the Terizla. You really need to enable Sanford in the XP lane. We saw in the previous game also, but, well, this is concerning for me at least. If we do get a Game 5, this Luyi ban in the first phase, it basically shows to Echo that maybe Few isn't really too comfortable on that pick.
Roger
for FCAP, and then for TLPH, it's just Terizla Moskov.
Yeah.
That's the idea that they want to go for. Unless they want to go back to game number 1, whether it is Edith Moskov. I believe that the Terizla Moskov works better. Especially, or who? Actually, no, they will go Yuzhong and Yuzhong Moskov for TLPH. Oh, no, they would Terizla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terizla a bit safer. I think it's all about, it's not about getting the winning matchup, especially for the Terizla, right?
Yeah.
I think if the Terizla was banned out in the first phase, yes, it's all about getting the winning matchup for Sanford. But now that the Terizla is open, it's about denying it away from Flap TV.
What about setting up for Flap on his X-Board?
Oh, what do you think about the export? Because for some reason, we really haven't seen that much export, huh?
I would say now that the far side here is a little bit difficult for the X-Board to pick up. I mean, like, we got to talk about how X-Board is one of Flap's best heroes.
Flap.
Right? And I feel like it's going to be good against the Terizla, but having a burst mage kind of makes it difficult.
Yeah. They pick up the Julian again for FCAP. That was proven to be successful in the first game when going up against the Farsa. It's also a flex pick. And then they couple it up with Edith for FCAP. Not only do they deny that Edith away from TLPH, they also give a big combo with the Julian, if ever. So I'm thinking Edith Julian here for FCAP if we're following the script.
Okay, that's the Julian pick. Another flex pick in the arsenal of Falcons APBren. If they go for the Edith, it's going to be triple flex, but they go for the Minotaur, a safe choice. Master Ogwin, or apparently Nice who tells me now, I don't know if he's trolling me, but it's Daddy Ogwin now?
Daddy Ogwin, yeah, that's true. Nathan immediately coming up from TLPH.
But they don't get a pick for Carl Teasy in the first phase. Based on the first 3 games, it's always a Carl Teasy pick in the first phase. Now it gives the opportunity back to Falcons APBren to deny more of these picks away.
Deny the Quinivir, actually.
Yeah.
Let go of the Akai. You're prepared for it. FCAP.
They want the Akai.
They buy a Kaja. Understandably so. Nathan Kaja is also as strong as a carry Kaja, even better range, so understandable they went for that one.
Yeah. Right now, honestly, for our casters, looking at the 3 picks coming in from Falcons APBren as well as TLPH, who do you guys think has the better opener here?
In terms of opener, I have to say, I do kind of like TLPH. I think it's pretty 50-50 so far because, again, a lot of the weight is being held in the second half.
I'm going to have to echo what Mirko said, and it's very uncanny that you see Carl TZ let himself through to the second phase. I think this should be an attack angle for FCAP.
Is this an assassin possibility? I don't know. What about you guys?
Are they forcing him there?
Could be.
Yeah, for that reason, I feel like Falcons APBren, they kind of have the advantage here coming into the second phase. TLPH, no Ling, that's a problem. No Julian as well, no Baksha. So, and even Hayabusa gets banned out. So, really, he might have to go back to M2. The Lancelot?
Wow. I think it's
M2 the Brody?
Oh, Brody. Yeah. That's a throwback. They go back to the guy. Understandable. Okay, so if you're FCAP, I think you put the Julian in your...
I mean, casters, do you guys prefer this Julian mid or jungle?
I'm thinking Julian jungle here.
Yeah.
Same. The last couple of times, Feud
Yeah.
definitely forces the team to play in a certain way. It's about wave clear, but most importantly, it's about priority. Moving first
Yeah.
is so important.
They gotta
What
keep
about you,
switching it
Wolf?
up. They gotta keep switching it up.
Yeah, Julian jungle, then Eve. Pick up the Eve if you're FCAP. You've proven that you can utilize that and then close it out with the Yuzhong or Arlott in this case.
I mean, at this point, I agree with you, right? The Yve definitely fits in, but I don't know. With all the dive here,
Of
they're going to go
course.
for the Faramis.
Missed that.
The problem with the Faramis, I would say,
Okay.
has got to be the Akai.
Yeah, this is Edith for TLPH, right? Pixano says first the Faramis. You clear it out easily.
Yeah,
Apart from that,
the Eden seems too
Yeah.
perfect to be true.
yeah, it's really good. I guess Matilda might be another option here. Because you want to save your teammates. Good combo with the... There you go.
Yeah. There we go, Matilda. Right now, we see Falcons, APBren going up against TLPH. If TLPH wins this one, we're going for a Game 5. And with that, thank you very much to both our analysts, Mirko as well as Wolf. Leo and Gideon, it's your turn.
Thanks so much, LaFell. This is going to be a wild one because when looking at both of these comps, they're depending on magic damage, right? So, if you're TLPH, they got to get wild. They got to get crazy. They got to bring out the Florida man strats like Trex and Wheezy.
And don't forget Nice, we also grew up for a good chunk of time in Florida. We're going into game number 4, folks. Just a quick reminder, game 3, Liquid Echo turned the game on its head, like from out of nowhere. But just the same, it's still FCAP at match point. So we'll see exactly what brings us here to the Land of Dawn for this 4th game in this match.
Stakes are really high here in game at number 4, and even from the drafting, a lot of gambling, a lot of gambiting, even back and forth between the trades of these heroes as we see Falcons APBren on the blue side up against Liquid Echo on the red.
Talking about risky decisions that you don't know if it'll pay off, if it'll be something that bites you in the butt. But early on, look at this. They're about to send Sanji back home. He's holding his ground, man. Look at this.
Yeah, I think he's going to get denied here, unfortunately, because we are seeing that JP is hovering towards the top side of the map to make sure that Benny QT can actually survive this laning stage for as long as possible. Oh, great stuff. Even JP just blocking the skill shot with his body. Nicely done.
That's a quick score up top for TLPH. Kyle TZ checking in on the small camp. Gonna be pushing out JP. This is dangerous. Again, a Roger and a Julian at level 3 and level 2. Those are fully built heroes, kit-wise.
But at least for TLPH, they're not making the same mistake that they did in the earlier stages, right? Hit level 3 and now you're in some trouble. But for the most part, I do think that from Falcons APBren side, Flapteezy, we need to see him make a super play at some point. Because if he catches both Sanji and Benny QT in a single final slash, that could just be game over.
By the way, folks, this is his finals MVP hero from season 12 when they won that championship at the EVM Convention Center in Manila in the last quarter of 2023. So this is a very monumental hero for FCAP. Liquid Echo, on the other hand, a lot of comfort in them as well. Again, Carl TZ getting that Akai, even if we were hoping that maybe he would get his hands on an assassin. This is just Liquid Echo just putting their foot on the ground saying, you know, this is how we play.
And honestly, I think that Falcons APBren's composition, like, if we had to play this, simulate this 2 drafts 10 times, I think that 9 out of 10 times Falcons APBren should technically come out on top, right? And my reason being is that it's just easier to pull off. Like, Liquid Echo have to get really creative with the way that they rotate and as well as work with some of the interactions.
Oh no, they find JP, forcing him to flicker into that bush as the turtle stands. Oh, nice Minnow and Fury, but Ogun goes down. Carl TZ gets him, and they're going. He's spinning. There's another round. They dash in. It's a deeper fight now as Kyle TZ gets stunned. They're moving through. Kyle TZ, oh, he's just living on a prayer. Sanford takes him down. Oh, all the bodies dropping for Falcons APBren. Still no revenge kills for Falcons APBren. And 40 The Apex Predator. He's unstoppable. He keeps going, ends up with a double.
He does it twice. He lands these executions every single time. Man does not miss. But honestly, at this point of time, it's great start for Liquid Echo. Let's look at this replay one more time, because honestly, when you do see Few drop down with the Netherrealm, that technically should have given an opportunity for the rest of FCAP to actually pull away. But I think they were getting a little confident that they could make something happen here and maybe trigger the Demonic Mark a couple more times so that Flap TZ to clean up that fight.
They overheated the bursters, and here we go, another go at the Turtle. At a third of its health, there's a big Minoan Fury, keeping them at bay. Call Daisy falls, Flap gets it, Kyle gets a Turtle, Sanford falls. Finally, Falcons APBren back on the board here in game number 4.
And they find their reply almost straight away. Look at them running to the top side of the map, knowing exactly what Carl TZ's farm is looking like. They can't go any further here because at any moment there could be some reinforcements from the help of JP.
All this while, Gold Lane was an island. It was Penny Cutie and Super Marco just going mano-a-mano. And yeah, JP will go ahead and give it a visit. Down bottom, you see Flap TZ with the fight. A replay brought to us by STC.
Oh, look at that. I mean, really well-timed stuff here. Like, Kyle, he goes in utilizing the enhanced swords' iframes to close the distance without getting CC'd. I will say at the very least that, you know, Flap, he's quick on the call. He is listening to everything that is going on. And if he can try to time it right, he could maybe stop Carl TZ from even getting the retribution off.
Compared to game number 3, I think Falcons APBren are comfortable now in the best way possible. Maybe they let it slip in the previous bout, but here this time around, I think they're eagle-eyed, falcon-eyed, if I may. There's a minute left until the next turtle spawns. Marco, again, showing exactly why the Rogers favorite in most lineups in the gold lane. And that's Ogun catching a good amount of beads. Oh no, that's Ogun very low, flickering on out. That's so many thrown at Ogun. He falls. Few finds Carl TZ. He's too late to save his roamer.
Yep, great coverage here. Great coverage here for the size of Falcons APBren. And the fact that they're purposefully delaying the position, revealing their positions. They're like, okay, Sanji, release the Feathered Airstrike now. Benny QT and JP start walking up. Carl, just sit in the bush for a couple of seconds and then walk out. So therefore, it's wasting Falcon APBren's time, right? Oh, maybe he's not there. Maybe we can walk up mid. Suddenly 4 people show up. Oh, shucks, we can't do it anymore.
It's the delayed release. It's a limited drop culture. There's a shirt, there are shoes, there are pants. Oh no, I need the whole set. Now there's a fight breaking out up top. Sanji with the Feathered Airstrike, a few volleys dropping. No one home for the final slash. Flap easy. Vengeance 1, Vengeance 2. JP at half health, throwing a few wisps over to Flap TZ's way. Few dueling with Sanford. Benny Cutie with the entropy. And they let go. They disperse. All right, neither team willing to commit.
I like this. I like this more because Sanford still has that penalty zone. And anytime they could trigger it and they don't mind. Wait, hold on. Hold on. It's going to escalate.
Final slash back online. Minoan Fury coming in. Big knockup. Carl TZ very low. Carl TZ secures it. Flap TZ gets the kill. Sanford flickering on out. Netherrealm already spent through. JP flickering on out. Flap TZ tracking with that vengeance. Carl TZ with the enhanced chains. And are they going to back off? Benny Cutie with a defensive entropy. Just a few fires, a volley of basics just to push him back. That's a tier 1 pushed in mid for Falcons APBren.
A huge win for Falcons APBren. Opening up mid-tier 1 is going to open up entire access to the jungle's top and bottom side of this map. Let's quickly look at the items, right? We do see the Blood Winnings purchase coming in specifically from Sanji. That's going to keep him alive for now. But at the same time, we've seen that just with the Genius Wand alone from Kyle TZ is enough to actually create a one-shot angle or at least chunk him down to that Super Marco can guarantee the kill.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Final slash on the Carl TZ. Everything but the kitchen sink thrown at the GOAT. Can he survive? Flap takes down his TZ Pro.
That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. It looks like Falcons APBren now looking at the weak link, and it might just be Carl TZ here because JP, he's not covering him.
Oh, God.
He's fine. He's fine.
You could have gotten me confused between Flap and Kyle because Flap is acting like an assassin right now.
He's dangerous, and not to mention that Few, he's cutting corners.
They're still going. The Minoan Fury knocking them up. JP's going down. Benny Cutie first. That's a double kill for Kyle.
That's insane. What a great play coming in from Falcons APBren. They turned into turbo mode this time. Find the punish, extended, stretch him out like dough, just like in game 1 and game 2. Let's look at the replay because you can see, right? Oh, Benny, quickly. Oh, I got hit by everything. Purify. Kyle shows up, he's like, nah, nobody's getting out of this one.
Just like how TLPH started in the early game with the delayed entry, again, the limited drop culture, they're also doing it here, but they're also integrating the extended box principle. They constantly move their box, mainly because of JP with the guiding winds, but after that, everything solved. Bub's your uncle. They have enough CC, enough reliable damage, and damage coverage. Yes, there's a lot of magic damage from both sides, but let's not forget Super Marco's here. Even Flap. Flap deals a good amount of damage with the Thunderbelt.
Exactly, and that's why he's so dangerous, right? That's why this team continuously, look at them, they're chunking out Sanford. They got his flicker.
Final slash displacing the Trizla, and there's Sanji coming in. Heavy spin, forcing out another realm. Kaldizi very low, put up against the corner. Sanford, can his BOS keep him alive? There's a vengeance, there's a dash. JP barely alive, down goes Sanford. Oh, down goes JP as well, 2 kills. Flap easy, forcing out an entropy. Can he take down Benny? The answer is yes. Boom!
The Filipino cannon strikes again, allowing a double kill for his boy. Phew, this game, high octane action here. We got to bring it back a little bit because the energy is high and the crowd is going wild. The Falcons APBren, cool as a cucumber.
If we want to throw it back to M2, you can't do it without bringing Few and Flap TZ and Coach Ducky into the equation. So if it's Carl TZ zoning in, going back to Singapore, you can't do that without bringing Flap, Few, and Ducky into the story. They also won that championship. They also played out of their minds, and now they're doing the same. That's a almost 8K gold lead here at 9 minutes.
It's wild. It's wild. This could be it. Falcons APBren can close it out quickly on Liquid Echo on that next Lord push, but for now, it's about how much damage can they apply, because Liquid Echo, they still need a lot of scaling. We're not seeing Holy Crystals being purchased just yet, and until that point, Falcons APBren might be a step ahead with the Athena shields already.
I'll say 2 steps ahead. Carl TZ picks up his own, and there is a synchronized wave in mid and up top. Holy Shield still online for Nevermind. It gets popped by that cart, and there's Sanji with a defensive, a feathered airstrike, and there's the entropy. Can they punish Falcons APBren? Can they deny the inhibitor push? They're doing their best. Heavy spin, Fuel gets popped. Down goes Carl TZ. They do save the turret. Mid still standing. Another wave up top. Falcons APBren relentless.
Absolutely relentless, and more importantly, they're able to hold this high ground defense for a little bit long. Oh!
They go in, and a Minoan Fury knocks him out, plus the chains, plus vengeance on Sanford. That's it. Call it. Falcons APBren are moving on through the grand finals.
GG, well played. It's Falcons